Hey y'all, welcome to the country, where it's just another day in paradise. Let's see what's going on. Hey y'all, I'm Susan with Susan's Country Living. Glad you stopped by my channel today. Welcome to my kitchen. I just got home from work, and tonight we're going to be having some fried perch. We went fishing this summer and caught some really, look at that. That's a big old bluegill. Some really nice panfish. So we're going to be frying those up tonight. I'm making some steak fries. I just took some russet potatoes, cut them up, and put them in some water that kind of gets some of the starch off of them. Laid them out on a paper towel and patted them dry. So my fryer, I have a Cool Daddy. I love this because I can take the inside out and wash it, but it's got a lid so I can close it down while it cooks. It vents everything out. I'll turn my vent on, and I'm gonna go ahead and start my fries. I've got my toaster oven on warm, so it'll keep my fries warm while I fry the fish. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these French fries going. I've also made some coleslaw already. Normally I'd use a basket, but I have more room when I don't use a basket and use my, call this a spider. Sometimes I use that one. This one's really is what I use for my frying, so I'm going to use this one because it's my frying one with the bamboo handle there. So I'm going to get these dumped in and close that down, and I'm going to start breading my fish. It does take a while for these to fry. I like to get them really, really golden brown. So we're going to go ahead and get those started here. Just give them a little bit of a stir. And close that down. I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes. Because I want to check them in 10 minutes. The more of them that you fry, the longer it takes. I'm going to turn my vent on because it's really going there. And we're going to get these fish breaded up. So if you catch panfish, bluegills, different perch, and you scale them. So the skin's there, but the scales are gone, and you remove the fins, and of course you've taken the head off and the guts out. And I freeze these in water in a Ziploc bag. If I don't do that, I have my food saver that shrink wraps them, and that's what I did this time. And they are just like we had just cleaned these. This is a really big one. So what I've done is I have some yellow cornmeal, and I don't have a lot left, and I had some white cornmeal, so I kind of mixed it together. And I added some salt and pepper and some garlic powder. And I'm going to just dip them. I rinsed them off. I've got them on a paper towel. They're not totally dry. And I've got a plate here to lay them on. So to do that, you could do this in a bag and shake them, but I'm just doing 6 of them. Now these have bones, so you've got to be careful about that, but this is probably the most delicious fish. Sweet, tender. It's one of our favorite fish, and they're easy to catch. And on a day maybe when other things aren't biting, we'll go perch jerking is what my husband calls it. So you just barely coat them. It's not like a big heavy batter. Some people do add a little flour. You could just use a already prepared fish fry that you can buy. I know there's a Louisiana brand, a lot of those that make, all sorts of different fish fries. And if you want it spicy, you could add some cayenne pepper to it. So, and I just kind of on the inside too. And I just lay those to the side, and I just keep on breading these. It's going to take a while for those French fries to cook. Love home fries. I don't have to peel them, just scrub them really good to get the dirt off. I just buy one of those big old bags of russet potatoes, and they don't have to be great big potatoes. Push some of that inside of there. So we'll go ahead and get these breaded up. So it's been about 6 minutes, and I'm just coming over here to give these a little bit of a stir. They're starting to get some golden brown on them, but I like them to be really, really, really brown. So I'm going to leave the lid open to let some of the steam escape. And these are floating around nicely, and I'm just going to keep cooking them. And I have my fish. This is that big one right there, breaded and ready to go, and I'll be deep frying them. Usually I pan fry them, but since I'm using this, I'm just going to deep fry them a couple at a time, and they fry up so fast. They're a really light fish, and they don't take long at all. Okay, so it's been 10 minutes, and I think I'm ready to take up these French fries. Some of them are getting puffy, and they're a nice golden brown color. So we're going to go ahead and I forked them, and they were tender. So I'm going to go ahead and put them on a piece of paper here, paper towel. And you know, there's all sorts of things you can season French fries with. Seasoned salt, garlic powder, or garlic salt. I'm just going to use salt and pepper tonight. And you want to add your salt and pepper while they're still have the grease. Grease hasn't drained off or soaked in. And I'm just going to kind of spread these evenly. And steak fries do soften up. They don't stay super crunchy unless you eat them right away. And so we're just going to give them a salt here, really nice. And some pepper. Pepper smells so good. And I'm going to put them in my toaster oven just to keep them warm. And here's the cook's treat. So good. So good. Nothing better than homemade fries. Wow. So, we're ready for our fish. And we're just going to drop a couple of them in. Let them cook. Shouldn't take but 2 or 3 minutes to cook these. And I've got using a wire rack here, so the grease will drain through. You could put paper towels or newspaper underneath it if you wanted to, but I'm just going to leave it like that. I'll take a paper towel and wipe it all up when I'm done. So, temperatures, I'm doing 375. And I'm going to drop just a couple in. If they're smaller, you could get 3 in there. I think I could get 3 because I put the smaller ones in there. And we'll close that down. And we're going to let those cook. I'll set my timer for 2 minutes and check it. Since we're deep frying, there's no turning. You just cook them. They'll probably start to float when they're done. I'm going to go ahead and finish. This big one was too big for the plate. This was a huge bluegill to where it's like, you know, couldn't get my hand around it to take it off the hook. And we caught several of those on our fishing trip. Okay, so it's been 3 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and take this fish out. Starting to kind of open up there, and it's got some brown. The only thing about deep frying is you do get some of the cornmeal that does come off, but there's quite a bit still stuck there. This one's got just a little bit of golden color to it there on the edge. So we're going to go ahead and bring it back up to 375 when my light goes off, and we'll go ahead and fry those other 3. Okay, so it's been 3 minutes, so I'm going to take these 2 smaller ones out. You don't want to overcook your perch because they will get dry, just like any other fish. Have that one more big one to put on there, and that's plenty for 2 people. If you had the all big ones like that, that would be enough. If we had 6 of them, enough for probably three people. So here we have our meal plated up, our coleslaw, our steak fries, and our fried panfish. As my papa would say, that's some good eating there. So if you like what you see and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Glad you stopped by my channel today. Hope y'all have a great rest of your week. Bye, y'all.